Hey y'all, welcome to AllieCat Customs. Wow, it's been a while since I've been here, and I know folks have asked about where I've been and what's happened, so let's talk about it. First of all, I want to thank folks that have checked in and asked about me. Y'all mean a whole lot to me and are a big part of the reason why I'm back here again. To those of y'all just tuning in and new subscribers, howdy, grab a seat and hang out. I guess the big question is, where have I been? So I'll address that now. Honestly, the past few years have been absolutely insane, as I'm sure most of y'all have noticed. Behind the scenes, when I was making videos before, I had a whole lot going on, and at times it got pretty overwhelming. Some things were bad, but some things was pretty awesome. The most amazing thing that happened was meeting an absolutely amazing woman who became my wife in September of 2021. I want to introduce y'all to her, so come on over here, baby. So, this is Amy.
Hey everyone.
So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about how we met?
I'll start off by saying that I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Michael and I met online and started talking in 2018. Over time, I realized that he had become my best friend. Early 2020, we had planned for him to fly to Pittsburgh to see me, and that October, we finally got to meet in person. By the time he left, I couldn't wait for him to come back to see me, so he made another trip that Christmas. By April of 2021, we were engaged. In September of that same year, we were married. That summer consisted of planning a wedding and packing up my entire life. The day after the wedding, I moved down here to Mississippi with Michael into an apartment. We've been married a little over 2 years now, and it has definitely been quite the adventure.
Definitely an adventure. I started a new job in 2019, doing heavy haul work and some equipment operating for a demolition company. This job was high stress, high anxiety kind of work with a lot of time away from home. And although I enjoyed that job and it was really cool, it made wrenching and racing very difficult. When Amy and I decided to get married, I went back to my old job in 2021.
It was more steady and stable job where he'd be home every night. I definitely appreciated that. We took a slight pay cut, but having him home every night is definitely worth it.
Yeah, the piece of being home is definitely worth it. I talked about tearing my ACL in 2020. Well, I still haven't gotten it fixed. But in June of 2021, a couple weeks after my last race with the truck, and a year after tearing my ACL, and in the middle of me moving, wedding planning, and all the general craziness, I ended up getting a split on the webbing between the toes of my left foot that got infected. Of course it did in these big clodhoppers. And that put me flat on my back for about a month before I could even walk. And then I had to ease back into work after that, so that was even more time off of work. So you add in getting married, moving, stacking injuries, loss of work, taking a pay cut, and then on top of that, the cost of everything skyrocketing. And well, the CTN got put on the back burner.
Yeah, we started planning on building or buying a house, and as most people know, being newlyweds is basically a blur to get everything figured out.
Yep. So the truck just sat collecting dust. Eventually, I got sick of it sitting and convinced myself to let someone else enjoy the truck because it was just flat out too cool to let sit and rot in my barn. So I posted it for sale.
Against his better judgment and my request.
Yeah, she actually likes racing and hot rods.
Of course, and I didn't want you to sell yet another truck that you would end up regretting and whining about forever. One of these days, you're gonna listen to me.
Huh? So, anyways, fast forward to now. So, yes, I actually posted it for sale, and I had a lot of folks interested in it. I absolutely hated the idea of selling a truck, but I just wanted it to be enjoyed. I actually got close a few times to selling it, but each time the deal fell through. I've been struggling with the idea of selling this old beater that I love so much, And then one day I woke up and apparently I had dreamed about this truck all night long and I had a plan of action to fix it.
At like 5 a.m. while getting ready for work, he was just flooding me with his thoughts and ideas and what he wanted to do. I could barely keep up with him that early in the morning.
Yeah, I was a little wound up.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. For the first time in a while, I was at peace with the decision to keep it. Amy said I should pray about it and just let the idea sit a while before I'd confirm that I was keeping it. Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, the Lord works in mysterious ways. I was on the way to work and I was riding down the interstate and I saw a car ahead of me. I saw this really nice G-body Regal right in the right lane. As I got closer, it caught my eye. I could tell it has a squared up rear tires. They looked about like a 28-10-5 in the back with some skinny fronts. And the front end was set up really nice and floaty, like it was definitely set up to do that G-body shuffle. So as I got closer, I started to pass. I could hear that car just thundering as it was going down the road. And I look on the dash and I could see a big old tack. And it was a big old guy about my age, had a uniform shirt on just like me. And he was headed to work just like me. He had his hand resting on what looked like a pro ratchet shifter or something similar to that. So as I passed him, I was sitting here in my boring daily driving truck. And to be honest, I was extremely jealous. And I thought about it for a minute and I was like, yep, definitely keeping the C10. So yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
My folks retired and they moved to Georgia. So we bought their old house and now I live right by my shop.
Yep.
So I could easily be out here turning wrenches and all that good stuff. So while we were dealing with the madness of remodeling my folks' house, we also talked about getting the C10 back out and enjoying it. So we worked out a game plan.
Yep.
We're finally settled enough that pretty soon we'll be blowing the dust off this old beater with a big block, fixing it up and getting it back out to car shows and to the racetrack. So yeah, we're super excited and we will be bringing y'all along as we go. So y'all stick around because it's going to be fun. So yeah. So that's all we have here today. So if you enjoyed this and you want to follow along, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be able to see when I post all my new videos.
Also, check out our channel that we have together called Babs and Honeybee, where we show how we navigate life together as a married couple.
Yep.
Our life consists of a certain kind of adventures, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Yeah, there were definitely some fun adventures. So I'll thank y'all again for sticking around, and I cannot wait to see y'all again right here at AllieCat Customs. It's cold.
Yeah, let's go home.
Yeah, we decided to start this whole project in the middle of
the winter.
The winter.
We had a freeze.
Yes, and it's still frozen.